Hey y'all, I probably should have cleaned that. Do I have something to wipe y'all? Hold on, let me wipe y'all face. Dad, no, but y'all, I was today years old today when I found out that James Earl Jones didn't like black women. Now I knew he had had two white wives, and I don't have a problem with that. Marry who you love, but don't talk about black women like we dirt in order to marry who you love. So there was a lot of commotion on TikTok about James Earl Jones and his dislike for black women. So I'm like, how bad could it have been? There are interviews of him speaking negatively, not only him speaking negatively about black women, but then allowing his wife to chime in and speak negatively also. Now, back in the 60s and in the 50s and 60s, there was a revolution. This was during a time when black people were fighting for their rights and black women were on the forefront. We were out there, black women were Black Panthers and militant and, doing all of the things a lot back then. So there were a lot of black women who didn't take the role of, staying at home and being prissy and, ultra feminine. There were black women who were not ultra feminine who, took on a more stronger role. And there are men who were not attracted to that. But to, get on a national platform and basically say you're not attracted to black women because they're too masculine and, all of this kind of stuff to then make it seem like white women are better than black women and white women are feminine. That's why you're attracted to them. And to have a white woman sit and say, oh, yeah, black women are aggressive and, you know, well, they probably have to be that way. That says that you guys talk about that kind of stuff behind the scenes. And I know that James Earl Jones was not the only black man who, took on that, had that thought process in the 60s. There was Harry Belafonte. He was the same. And all of these men, they ran together. Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier. None of these black men who Sammy Davis Jr., I think he was one of them too, who was, out here chasing white women. They had a love for white women. And I don't have a problem with black men. If that's who you love, that's who you love. But don't shit on black women in the process. If you like white women, you like white women. And I know that back in the 60s, black men who were in Hollywood, that's probably who they were chasing. I'm pretty sure Bill Cosby and a lot of the other black male stars, wanted white women. I know Bill Cosby, his wife was black. But that probably didn't stop him from, being with white women. I know a lot of black um, men, black actors back in the 60s went through those phases. But it's one thing to go through that, and that's what you want. That's what you think is up here. But keep that to yourself. Don't get so comfortable that you can sit on the couch next to a interviewer and speak that mess out loud, because they said, that and James Earl Jones had some issues with white producers and stuff because he wanted to play some roles as white men, because he felt like if white men could play black people, why couldn't he do the same thing? So he had pissed off some people, some white people in Hollywood, and he kind of got blackballed for a minute. So he had pissed off white people, and then because he had said what he said about black women, he done pissed off the black people too. So, he was kind of in a bad situation for a minute. You done made white folks mad who, control Hollywood basically. And then you done made the black people mad. They don't want to see you in certain movies. They didn't want to support him in certain movies because of what he has said about black women. Now, I don't speak on people disparagingly after they had passed away. And, I didn't know about any of this stuff until today. I didn't know that he had a history of disdain for black women. Now, I don't know if, this man is 93 years old. A lot of what he said, the interview, this looked like it was like in the 70s or the 60s or something, probably the 70s. I don't know if, his ideas and thought processes had changed between then and now. I'm not sure. I don't know this man. So, I don't hold any ill will. Um, I I don't I don't know this man. What he said about black women is sad for someone black who I'm pretty sure had went through his own struggles just being black, to then turn around and have those things to say about black women. And our struggle was just as bad as he is as a black man. I don't know if his mindset had changed, or if he still had those feelings about black women. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know him. He's passed away. But I just thought it was interesting. But rest in peace to him. I don't ever want to see anybody die and suffer um, in the afterlife. But I hope that you know, the way he saw black women has changed from that period up until now, because, black women have evolved. People evolve. We grow and change. And I hope that, he had. And if he didn't, oh well. It's over now. So I just thought y'all might want to know, since I had to know. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.